EA Sports coverage of the brings us in California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. Here's Darius Davis to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Herbert keeping it on the zone read. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. On play action, now Herbert. Mike Williams, the one he was looking for. And it's going to be 3rd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. It's a first carry for the veteran Verhoster. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Gino. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Smith from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. 1st down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Smith. Open man. That's Trey Tucker. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
He'll run straight ahead with Mostert. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. On second down, Smith. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That's into the hands of Tucker. He's got it. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
That one caught by Tucker. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Throwing on second down, Smith. That one taken in. Touchdown, Raiders.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Seven 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, this is Jalen Reagor. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. On play action now, Herbert. He runs with it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here's a 2nd and 9. And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Third and 9. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start this drive. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Khalil Mack, multiple-time All-Pro there on the tackle. A second down throw for Smith. Gonna get that complete. Jacoby Myers. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down, a pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. He's got it. That's a first down up across midfield and down to the 47-yard line. Once again, it's Mostert. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Now Smith. He's got the Golden Domer. That's Michael Mayer. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception, and the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take, half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders' field goal. No issues there. This one is good. And the Raiders will extend to a 10-0 lead. So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Davis now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. And Landon Roberts in there on the tackle. Shotgun now for Herbert. Finding the tight end. Here's Will Dissly. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the zone read, here's Harris. And he'll get this just past the 45 as he's taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing now is Herbert. There's his tight end, Dissly. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Great timing and anticipation. The second the tight end's head turned around, the quarterback put the ball on him, and now it's, hey, let's see who wants to tackle this big guy and bring him to the ground.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw, it's Herbert. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Tight end motioning left. We'll try to run for it with Harris. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll go, and it's Harris. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. And they have turned it over on downs. From the pistol, Smith. Will find Mostert out of the backfield. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick 1st down.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
On first down is Smith. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
A run up the middle with Mostert. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Denzel Perryman in on the stop. Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Smith. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. On fourth down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Chargers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now, Herbert. He connects with Disley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Herbert now on 1st down. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
That's pulled in, Najee Harris. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Throwing again, Herbert. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
To throw is Herbert. Going to get that into the hands of his receiver, Mike Williams.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Herbert now on first down. That one knocked away and incomplete. Lad McConkey, the one he was looking for. It's second down.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Right side and hauled in by McConkey. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down, L.A.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Again, they'll throw with Herbert. The second down throw is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. Now Herbert again. Quick throw, taken in, to the goal line and in. Will Dissly. Touchdown Chargers.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. To return, Tyreek McAllister. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense getting set to get back to work. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert, and he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Back is Smith. He's got the tight end Mayer. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Mostert. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Working out of the gun, Smith. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
Davis to return it. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chargers offense ready to get back at it. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Another run here with Harris. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. Now Herbert. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the 1st down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
A pass taken in by Harris. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
2nd and a yard. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Looking middle, he'll get it complete to McConkey. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
On 1st down, it's Harris. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Herbert hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Shotgun now. Left side, catch made by McConkey. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And he'll take it on in. Mike Williams. Touchdown, L.A. Point after now from Dicker. He knocks it through. And the Chargers are on top. It's 14-10. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return is Dylan Laube. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. He gets this one to Tucker. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. On 2nd down, Smith. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
He keeps it himself. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. From the shotgun, Smith. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
On second down, it's Gino. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
That one caught by Tucker. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game that allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
And the Raiders are looking at a first and goal as he's taken down at the 2-yard line. Here's Mostert. Good blocking, and he's in. Raheem Mostert. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chargers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. The home team's offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Herbert to the air again. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Herbert to the air again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Raiders offense going to take over just before the half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Here's McAllister to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Denzel Perryman in on the stop. Second down and 8. Man in motion here is Tucker. Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. A run with Harris. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. They bring the tight end in motion. On play action, now Herbert. He's got the hookup downfield with McConkey. 20 yards on that pass play. And the Chargers have the first down. Throwing now is Herbert. That one complete to Johnston. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Herbert. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Again, they'll throw with Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And he will score. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the carry, here's Mostert. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Smith. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Smith. He'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Mostert going left. Inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
Gino now on 1st and 10. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
Look wide, get this one complete, and he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play.
And he's in. Touchdown, Vegas. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Carlson now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Raiders extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Davis now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Here's Harris. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught! What a connection! He's down inside the 5-yard line.
When you get big gains like that, Mike, it's pretty easy to see why that stat line just continues to grow, and the defense doesn't come away with a plan to stop this guy. We could have a record-setting performance on our hands.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Shotgun now for Herbert. To the goal line and in. Matt McConkey. Touchdown Chargers. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Here's McAllister to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. motion the slot man left. On first down is Smith. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
11 yards on the connection there. First down, Vegas.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Smith to throw on first down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
We'll find Mostert out of the backfield. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They get 16 on that connection. Good for a Raider first down.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Looking middle, and he's got Myers. Slot receiver, headed right. On second down, Smith. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Here's third down and a few inches. From the gun, it's Gino. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders cut the deficit down to 1. Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. This will be returnable for Rager. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Williams in motion. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the gun, it's Herbert. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Geno. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 6. In motion is Myers. A 2nd down throw for Smith. He'll check this down to the running back. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Man in motion here is Tucker. From the shotgun, Smith. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
He'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense ready for this next possession. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? They send the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Pistol here for Herbert. He runs with it. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
On play action now, Herbert. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
They'll try to run it with Harris. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Najee Harris. Touchdown, L.A. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Laube now to return it. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start this drive. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the off lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. That's brought in by Myers. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Smith going to keep this himself. And he's got it. That'll move the chains. First down at the 47.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Here's a handoff to Mostert. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a second down and 8. In motion is Myers. They go play action with Smith. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Smith. Taking off, he'll try to get there. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
They'll go play action. It's Smith. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
They'll run straight ahead with Mostert. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Working out of the gun, Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
So big kick coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer. Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. This will be returnable for Rager. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Herbert to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. he can sense that pressure coming either from his front or backside. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Throwing now is Herbert. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on first down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on second, and now they find themselves in a critical third down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. That one complete to Johnston. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Raiders' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. They'll begin it with 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Here's Smith. Quick hitting slant there. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Off the play fake. Smith. That's caught left side by Bowers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Now, Gino. Finding his tight end, Mayer. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
A run up the middle with Mostert. Oh, a loose football. And this is taken in by the defense. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side. Here for 1st and 10. He's going to look for the home run ball. That's caught! And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
When he continues to play at this level, Mike, it just makes this team so hard to beat. It's the combination of leading both long, sustained drives and then being able to strike in bunches. It puts so much pressure on these defenses, and with the way today's game has gone, doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards. One more time, it's Harris. And he's into the end zone. Najee Harris, touchdown Los Angeles. That his 2nd touchdown tonight.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Laube now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
On 2nd down, Smith. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So here comes 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Gino. He's got a man. That's Myers. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Two timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. A 1st down throw for Smith. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Now a 2nd down throw for Smith. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. A throw on the move is caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Really nice job by the secondary. It's clear the offense was trying to put some layers and take a shot to pick up this 1st down, but with nowhere to go, the quarterback's got no choice but to check the ball down. They do a great job tackling in space and keeps him short of the 1st down.
And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. Here is 1st and goal. From the that's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
A 2nd down throw for Smith. That is caught. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal.
And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
And with that late score, it's going to give them a little bit of late life here, Mike. But remember, the next series of events is very unlikely. They need to get the onside kick and then likely a Hail Mary situation. So while they definitely have a little bit of a chance, I think it's pretty slim.
That score, too little, too late. They need a recovery and a miracle here. Past midfield.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens. But we can see here, an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Herbert down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. The Chargers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Herbert down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout. The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from SoFi.